Hey everybody, welcome to This Week in Jackson. We've got a great show this week. We got a lot of events to talk about, and we have a guest on the show, Scott. Welcome.
It's good to see you, Dave.
Yes, good to see you too.
I'm formal now.
Formal Scott.
Part of my new position.
Oh.
In fact, this is one of the last times you're going to see me in shorts.
Oh.
I'm one of the few people that shows up in shorts on television.
Oh, you've been suit shopping?
Now, I think a tie would actually give me a rash, but collared shirts, I've been spotted in collared shirts. A big deal for the
You get used to them.
director of the fitness council.
You get used to them.
Yeah.
I remember those days. Anyway, so welcome to the show.
Thanks.
We have some cool stuff to talk about. We've got some fitness council stuff and some just amazing stuff to talk about.
Just some amazing stuff to talk
Yeah.
about.
So what would you like to talk about first?
So Friday is the last Smart Commute day of the season.
Right.
We had a great run again this year. We had over 500 people register for Smart Commute. Events throughout the summer. You were there for and heard about Paddle to Work.
It was a blast.
We did a couple bike rides. Of course, we have the big kickoff in May. And but last month in July, the Smart Commute Day was a hot day.
It was blazing hot.
And there was a heat advisory out that said don't go outside and do anything between the hours of noon and 6, I think it was, or something. And so we had our high heel bike ride scheduled, and we decided the fitness council shouldn't go against health officials and their heat advisory. So we postponed it. We're going to do high heel bike ride as part of our culmination of the Smart Commute season this Friday. The high heel bike ride happens at noon at Bucky Harris Park.
Wonderful. Yeah. And I remember last year, it's quite an exciting event. Lots of fun.
It's quite a show. Last year we had 50 people on bikes. A little over 100 people show up for it.
Yeah.
So I should explain that the high heel bike ride, first of all, was generated from this idea that we get at the Fitness Council, or this question we get, or this comment, complaint that I can't ride my bike because I need to dress professionally.
Oh yeah,
right?
Of course, yeah.
Like you, unlike the director of the Fitness Council that shows up on TV in shorts. So we said, well, there's ways to do it, first of all, and how can we have fun with that idea? So we came up with the high heel bike ride to say anybody can dress up and ride a bike around. It doesn't have to be a race every time you get on your bike. Yeah. And you don't have to show up to work all sweaty. You can do all kinds of things. So that's the impetus for the event. And it's blossomed into, we do a competition for the best dressed cyclist, both male and female. So while men are welcome to wear high heels, and we have some shopping recommendations for men's high heels, you can show up in your top hat, your tuxedo, your disco outfit. I don't know, I'm wide open, but all kinds of ways to put together an ensemble that might win you the best dressed male cyclist. Keep it in mind.
Okay.
Last year we had a great couple that was put together. They didn't come as a couple, but the kind of king and queen of the ball.
Nice.
Looked really good. And then, of course, we do the best heels, or the best shoes, which tend to be heels that win.
You had some pretty good ones last year.
We had some good ones, and Corey Grazel was the winner last year. He had some killer, pointy, stiletto, faux alligator skin, I think they were.
Were they
heels.
like clip-in shoes too? Did he
No,
screw clip-ins on the
They
bottom?
were not. I have seen pictures of clip-in high heels. And usually we talk a little bit about, and I should explain this, and fortunately I have biking shoes on that really helps explain this, but there's a right and wrong way to ride in heels.
Oh, interesting.
And I will say from experience, first of all, it's much easier to ride a bike in high heels than walk around in high heels.
Okay.
Definitely. And so here's what you're looking for. I'm going to make sure that I can get this on camera. There we go. Okay, so you can see the shiny thing on the end of my foot there.
Yep.
And that's where this shoe clips into my bike pedal.
It's close to the ball of your
foot,
right?
It's on the ball of my foot.
Okay.
And as long as you're riding with your heel and you have your ball of the foot on the pedal, you'll be just fine. It'll feel like any other shoe. The dangerous thing that people do is try to
the
wedge
middle?
the pedal in between the heel and
Oh,
their
that
foot,
would be really weird.
and then the heel sticks down lower than the pedal. And if you
And
come
your
around
toe
a
does
corner and
too.
tip a little bit,
Yeah.
the shoe will catch. So
Oh, yeah.
there's your lesson in how to ride a bike in high heels.
It happened to me in-
Everybody's ready now to come
Yep.
out to the.
That happened to me in sandals one time. It was not fun. I learned to wear shoes.
Yeah, closed toe is always recommended.
Yep.
Although, if you've got a particularly sassy pair of strappy shoes, high heel bike ride is the
Wow.
place to demo them.
I have mostly flats. So. Cool. Very cool. And that is not the only event that is going on this week.
That is not. We, Fitness Council, seems to inappropriately cluster our big events. But I am really excited. So, by the end of Friday, the Fitness Council is usually spent, but it's just the beginning of our weekend this year,
Wonderful.
This month, because we have the Amazing Race, the Jackson Amazing Race
Cool.
coming up. And this is a fundraiser for the Fitness Council, but really it's a way to experience Jackson in a whole new way.
It's so cool. Now, we don't want to give away everything that's entailed in this because we want people to go out there and experience it and kind of get surprised by all the cool things that are going on. But what are some of the things that people can kind of come to expect at this event when they're part of it?
So the first thing you can expect is surprise. You're right. I'm not going to tell you anything about what's going to happen in that race.
I was hoping for something.
We'll see if I slip up by
Okay,
the end.
okay.
You can keep your fingers crossed for that. But some things that people can know. First of all, you sign up as a team of 2, just like on the TV show. So we do this. It's not an exact replica, but the general concept. You get a clue on a place to go. You go there. You do an activity. You get another clue to move you on. Okay, and you work in a team of 2. There's things like roadblocks, detours, yields, intersections, things like that. If you haven't watched Amazing Race and you want to participate, it's probably a good idea to watch an episode just to get a feel for how it goes. And the other thing that you should know is for this race, you need to get around by bike, walking, taking the bus, and kayaking. So you'll be paddling, walking, moving around, kind of along our smart commute theme.
Yeah.
So it should be a ton of fun. We've got spots all over Jackson. It's focused on the Jackson urban area and really on the city. And it starts Saturday at noon is when you check in, when your team checks in. The event will kick off just before 1 p.m. And then we have an after party, a post-race party that everybody's welcome to attend. So if you want to be in the Amazing Race, if you want a team in the Amazing Race, David, you need to get signed up right away.
Right away.
Because we need to know you're going to do it, and there's some pre-race points available.
Ooh.
And you need to you want to get in on that. So it's $80 for a team to register, but it's for 2 people, and you get the post-party tickets are included in that price, which would be $20 a piece anyway. So really, it's a pretty inexpensive way to spend what could be a good chunk of your day out exploring Jackson in a new kind of way.
That's cool.
Yeah, it'll be a lot of fun. There's the other thing people should know who are thinking about signing up. There's 2 ways to participate in the race.
Oh, really?
You can go for speed, try to be the first one done, or you can go for points.
Oh.
So you might spend a little more time out on the course to try to collect a bunch of points and be the points winner.
Oh, that's cool.
Both of those, the first place in time and the first place in points, each of those teams will win $500. So this is a serious race.
Yeah, wow,
This is
cool.
worth the investment if you think you can pull it off. I've had a few people say that they're going to try to win both the points and the time, and I'm here to tell you we're going to do everything in our power to make that impossible.
That is a good idea.
But best of luck to anybody who wants to try. It'll be a lot of fun, and even if you don't want to do the race, have a team for the race, come on down for the post-race party. It'll be a good time. We're doing it at the amphitheater, the Riverwalk Amphitheater. We're going to have a polka band playing, which is traditional with an Amazing Race, of course, always has a polka band, as you know, right?
Okay.
Well, we're setting the tradition this
Okay.
year anyway.
Okay. Cool.
So a ton of fun. We're going to be catered by Judy Toluca, the woman who owns Oak Tree Cafe.
Oh, cool.
And she does fantastic
Yeah.
food and great presentations. So
Mhm.
that will be another thing that we have going on. And we're going to have some of the events and experiences and puzzles from the race
Oh,
come
fun.
back to
Yeah.
the post-race party. So
I remember one time I saw this one. I think it was in Toronto. One of the stations that they did was they had to rappel down an eight-story building. That was crazy. That was.
all right,
I don't know if there's going to be anything that crazy, but
coerced me into
okay.
talking about
A little bit, just a taste.
just a taste, but I'm not actually going to reveal anything.
Okay.
One of the things I wanted to do for this was to have teams rappel down the side of the county tower building,
Ooh.
and it's not happening.
Oh.
So, if you're thinking about signing up,
Mhm.
some things you should know are, it's probably about 2 miles of walking.
Okay.
It's probably a little over 10 miles of biking,
Mm-hmm.
moving around on the bus, and a short distance kayaking. I think that's enough for
Okay.
people to know about. So that gives you an idea of like what your expectations is,
Mhm.
because you don't want to show up not being able to ride your bike for 10 miles, which is
Right.
not a long distance on the bike.
Mhm.
You ride a bike
Absolutely.
around,
Yeah. That's not too bad.
and it's very doable,
Mhm.
but we want people to know ahead of time. And it's
Yeah.
going to be a mix of physical and mental challenges.
Yeah.
So sometimes you solve a puzzle, sometimes you,
Right, but it's not like that other event, the Tough Mudder, where it's like extreme physical activity. This
no
is a mix.
electrocution, no ice baths.
Yeah.
Yeah, no ice baths. No, it's not intended to be extreme
Right.
or
just good fun
abusive. It's good fun. And the other thing I want people to know is a lot of these events that we do are trying to highlight. We're trying to get people to learn about Jackson history,
Oh, cool.
or show. Well, that's not our focus.
Huh.
So we're hoping that this is just plain simple fun,
Yeah.
instead of having an agenda coming
Right.
into it.
Yeah. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Well, that sounds exciting. And if you have other things that you want to do this week, there's a bunch more events going on. You can check out jacksonopolis.com/events and find out a listing of other events. And we'll just quickly run through some of the ones that are going on this week. Starting off, the Brooklyn Big Boy Cruise Night, another fun cruise night, and that's on Wednesday, the 14th, from 5:50 p.m. until 8:30 p.m. And there's music from the 50s and 60s, along with games for kids and adults. There's going to be a prize drawing and a lot of fun stuff out there in Brooklyn.
I haven't been to that yet,
Yeah.
but I've heard that it's a really good time. So
It
maybe
sounds
I'll
like
check
fun.
that out.
Brooklyn Big Boy Cruise. Do you think it's from the Big Boy there?
I think Big Boy sponsors it,
Okay. Yeah.
and I think it happens right down on the town square there.
Cool. And then next, there's also Taste of Jackson. If you want to find out more information about that, you can visit their website, or you can see last week's show. That is on Thursday, August 15th from 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. And there is also something a little different, a little more edgy, the Acoustic Picnic Show out at Bird Alley. Bird Alley is quite an interesting venue in Jackson. And they're going to have some interesting musicians playing this week. It's Friday, August 16th at 5 p.m. until whenever they shut the place down.
So who do we have playing?
We've got Hobo Zero, we've got Murray Fuego, Malcolm Tent, Jaime Polana.
Everybody's favorite.
Yep. Killina Lee Kembite, and the Pedal Shop out of Detroit. So that
All
is a
right.
challenge. I just decided to throw a tongue twister in there for the show, see if I could pull it off. But if you want something else for your tongue, Cap and Cork is having a wine and beer, or a beer tasting event, and that is 3 Michigan breweries. We have Sheboygan, Midland, and Liberty Street breweries, and the event is free of charge. Space is limited, so make sure you attend. That sounds like fun. I've not
There's
been to events there
there's
yet.
2 of those breweries I've never had a beer from. I think
Yeah.
it's great to see that kind of thing going on.
Yeah.
Showcasing some Michigan products.
It's really cool. And then also Michigan Products Ella Sharp patio parties are going on. Those are kind of a really fun recurring event, and that is on Friday at 7:30. There's live music, drinks, snacks, and an opportunity to look at the galleries that
Kind
they
of
have
check
there.
things out. Yeah.
Yeah. And if you want to get outside a little more, on Saturday, August 17th from 9:30 a.m. to 3 p.m. is the Birds, Blooms, and Butterflies Festival at the Dahlem, I believe that is?
Yep.
At Dahlem. And that's a fun event. You kind of get out, experience nature. It's kind of more about just exploring.
I haven't been there, and I'll be setting up the Amazing Race that morning. But our family goes regularly. I'm sure that my wife and kids are going to be down there. That's a good time.
Yep. So they have they talk about some of the native plants and birds and butterflies and lots of cool things. They even have native plants for sale. So if you're looking to get some cool things for your garden or for around home, then that's a cool place to get them. Also, this weekend is the Jackson County Rose Queen Scholarship Pageant. This one, it's great to have this kind of organization in Jackson. They really support scholarships. They have a bunch of people who enter this contest each year, and I found this interesting. They're actually the second highest organization to do cash scholarships for their contestants. So that was
Second
interesting.
highest
in the state.
In the state.
No, in the country.
In the country.
In the country. Out of like
so we're
multiple
giving more
hundreds.
money to our young women in Jackson than
Right.
New York City or
California.
California.
Yeah. So, and I
Or
really
wait, does that count state level?
Yes.
Does that count Miss America? Maybe.
I don't know.
Either way, that's
Number
that's
two
an
local pageant,
impressive
so, yeah.
statistic there.
Absolutely. And I really appreciate what they're doing with this. They're kind of staying true to what they want this to be and focusing more on the scholarships and community participation for the participants. So
Yeah, you
it's
know,
kinda cool.
David, Rachel Clark is one of the women in the event this year, and she is doing youth fitness as her platform. So
cool.
I've gotten a chance to work with her a little bit. And her sister is also in it as well. They're both from Concord. So it's given us a chance to meet some of the contestants. Last year, Kelly Gooch rode with us in the high heel bike ride.
Cool.
And a couple of the women are going to ride with us again in the high heel bike ride. So it's been great exposure, and there's some really fantastic people associated with that. So I'm excited
cool.
for them, and I hope Rachel wins.
All right. Well, that's pretty much all the events that we are going to talk about this week. But if you want to find out more, there's a bunch of community calendars around there. There's one on Jacksonopolis, Experience Jackson.
Experience
and
Jackson, sponsor of the Amazing Race,
There we go. Very
along
good.
with Thinking Real Estate.
Cool. And there are a couple other ones out there, Home.fm and some of the other radio stations. JTV has one too. So lots of great places to get information. So thanks for watching, and we will see you next week.